all I gotta say is what a World Series we have witnessed so far to this point. And how ironic is it tomorrow, Game 6, winner, the Astros can win it all. Who's starting on the bump? None other than Justin Verlander. But man, this World Series so far has just been amazing. I can't remember a World Series that was this good. And I'm trying to think back. And in recent memory, the only one I can think of was 2011. And even that one with the Cardinals and Rangers, the only game that was, I think that would put this on there. There was one good game. Oh, they were all good games. Even though that one game the Rangers got killed when Pujols hit 3 bombs. But the game in particular that makes that series, I think, comparable for this one for excitement was Game 6. Cardinals are down to their last strike twice. Neftali Feliz is on the mound. And then Lance Berkman hits a double. And then David Freese hits a triple. And then they tie it. And then Josh Hamilton hits that 2-run shot. And then David Freese comes out and hits the notorious walk-off. And then it started to Game 7. And then the Rangers were done after that. But this World Series has been absolute insanity. It has been crazy. I don't even know where to begin. The amount of home runs that have been hit, the amount of lead changes, just last night's game alone, which torched me. Last night I played softball, and I got back and I watched the rest of the World Series, and it's 1:15. And then I got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. I woke up this morning and I was dying. Let me tell you something, guys. It was a kickstart, Mountain Dew kickstart kind of day. Because I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was dying at work. But boy, was it worth it. The Astros come out. The Dodgers come out and lay a 4-spot real quick. And then Kershaw. Now, I didn't get to watch this part of the game. But Kershaw comes out, gets through the first couple innings, and all of a sudden the Astros lay a 4-spot. And then the Dodgers go up by a couple more runs. It's about 3 more runs, then the Astros tie it again. And then, big moment in the game, Peacock's on the mound, and I forget who was the hitter, but it wasn't Chris Taylor. God damn it. I can't remember, but nonetheless, George Springer, the smart play would have been to play it on the hop because you had a runner at first, and it was a real close play. And Springer's made some outstanding catches this postseason. He's been a fucking tank out there in center field. He really has. So I could see his justification for diving for it, but in that circumstance, when it's a tie ball game, you shouldn't be diving for that. You should keep your double play in order. You had 1 out, but he dove for it and let it run in. It's 8-7. So inning, of course, George Springer leads off the inning. First pitch he sees, he sends his motherfucker into orbit. I hope there was no one on the caboose of the train because someone was getting decked up there. He killed it. So then they go up 8-7. And then Carlos Correa hits a home run. And they're up by a couple more. So it's 12-9, I think is what it is. And then the fucking Yasiel Puig hits a home run. And then Chris Taylor with 2 strikes on him. Davinsky, because Ken Giles wasn't available. AJ Hinch, just can't trust him. Giles has been so bad this postseason. I don't blame him. But nonetheless, he gets up on the mound. He gets Chris Taylor to his last strike, and he hits a ball right back up the middle. And I'm like, oh, to tie it at 12. I'm like, what the fuck? I just want the Astros to win. I want this to go to where JV is lined up to pitch Game 6, and he can. This is the whole reason why the Astros traded for him. This is the reason why the Tigers got a bigger return for Justin Verlander on August 31st on the waiver deadline. This wasn't even straight up. This was a month after the non-waiver deadline. And they got more for Verlander than the JD Martinez, the Justin Wilson, Alex Avila. They got a lot for Justin Verlander. And this is the whole reason I'm like, I want them to set it up for where JV can have a chance to not only win his first ring, but he is the reason why they win his first ring. Because this man, I thought he was going to lay a dud. I made a shitty video about a week ago that I ended up deleting because the video was so bad. I was mumbling like a moron. But anyways, nonetheless, I was in there talking about, how ironic it is, or how Verlander was just due to lay a dud. But he hasn't. Everything he has done is he's just been nonstop. They give him the ball, he gets outs. I don't even know how many runs he's allowed this postseason. It can't be more than 3. Ken Giles has to have given up more runs than fucking Justin Verlander has this postseason. He's been amazing. I mean, he is consistent velo. This is like 2006. I mean, consistent 94 to 97. His breaking stuff has just been outstanding. Now, a little bit of controversy. They're saying that a big reason for all these games, that all these home runs have been going crazy. There was a game, I want to say it was game 3. It was the first game in Houston. No, it was game 2. It was the second game in LA. There was like 6 home runs hit after the 9th inning. It was another extra innings game, and they're saying, and it's been on both sides of the spectrum, that the Dodgers and the Astros, there's been pitchers. Justin Verlander said something, and Yu Darvish said something. They're saying that the rawhide, the leather on the ball, doesn't feel the same as the regular baseballs that they use in regular season, especially World Series balls. They're quote-unquote juiced, and they're saying that they're slipperier than the regular baseballs, so it's harder for them to throw their sliders, and curveballs effectively, so there's been more fastballs. So maybe that's the thing in it. Maybe that's why there's been so many home runs. But I mean, this has been one of the best World Series I can remember in a long time. From Game 1 to Game 5. It hasn't been like 2000, like when 2012 came about, when the Tigers got swept by the Giants. There was fucking one interesting game, and that was Game 4. And that's only because the Tigers led for a total of 1 inning, and then they ended up losing. Every game was a snore fest. They all sucked. Or like 2013, that was an okay World Series. And then 2014, oh man, I'm trying to recollect. 2015 wasn't bad. The Mets and Royals. That was a good World Series too. Just simply because Jerry's Familia was a stud in the regular season, and then he couldn't get 3 outs. The Royals just kept coming back. So that was a great. But this one, from Game 1 to Game 5, it's been excitement. Clayton Kershaw comes out and fucking lights it up Game 1. Then Game 2, there's the fucking monster craziness shit, and the Astros end up pulling one out. And then Game 3, the Astros win that one. It's just amazing game. Game 4 was a game that the Astros should have won, but their bullpen, it's just they haven't been able to get out. So Game 5 was fucking nuts. Game 5 was just nuts. So tomorrow, JV takes the bump. Not only, like I said, the man's pitching insane. Not only going after his first World Series ring, he is going to be the sole reason he controls his fate. He can end it tomorrow. Is tomorrow the day he lays it done? I mean, this is the biggest start of his career. The biggest start. I mean, he's pitched in elimination games, in the LDS, but that's fucking small change. This is the game tomorrow. He can finally control his fate, that when he ends his career, he has at least one of these fingers have a Houston Astros World Series ring on it. It would have been nice to see a couple of Tigers ones to accompany it. But he's sole reason tomorrow. So what do you guys think? I figured I should just come on here and at least talk a little bit, because Justin Verlander has been my favorite Tiger since 2005. I've watched him his entire career. I remember every season this dude's ever pitched. 2006, his rookie year, where he wins the Rookie of the Year, and he just comes out blowing everyone away. And then 2007, he was really good again. And then 2008, he was fucking terrible, had 17 losses. In 2009, he was a stud. And then 2010, he was getting better. And then 2011, he fucking comes out and just JV changes. He goes from really good, because Verlander was always really good, but he was always a guy that was a mid-3 ERA kind of guy, and he, a little bit in trouble with his command at times, but then all of a sudden, because of how hard he threw, but then all of a sudden 2011 comes, motherfucker goes 24-5, Roger Clemens 1986 season shit, comes out and just, I remember going to his game in 2011 against the White Sox when he got his 21st win, and they couldn't touch him. They could not touch him. And right now, he's pitching. I have not saw this kind of Verlander on the mound. He's always been a competitor, but the glare in his eyes, the way his stuff looks, he's repeating his mechanics so fluently that he just has not been missing his spots. Every time he throws a pitch, it's where he wants it. He has been a fucking stud. A stud this postseason. So, What do you guys think? Does JV finally get his elusive World Series ring? Or does this thing go 7 and do the Astros still win it? So what do you guys think? I think the Astros are going to end it tomorrow. I think it's going to be a crazy game. I think the intensity is going to be nuts. And we see a fucking 13-12 game tomorrow. Watch it be 24-20 tomorrow. It's going to be nuts. So let's hope JV gets it done. I really want to see the Astros win it. I just want to see JV get his ring. I wanted the pitch come where he used to come back in his career as a Tiger. And then you can argue about if he's Cooper soundbound or not. But I really want to see him get his ring. So what do you guys think? JV get it done tomorrow? Astros win the World Series or Dodgers coming back? Let me know, guys. Have a good one.